Hi everybody, welcome back to Call of Duty's Warzone Battle Royale mode, and in this video we're going to kind of discuss and ask ourselves the question, how are such high kill games possible? Where you see these massive world records, are the guys cheating? You know, are they using hacks? Or is it possible that we haven't reached the top of the results table yet? So what I'm talking about is recently, I think it was yesterday, I'm recording this video on the 25th of May, Vikkstars123 and his squad won a game of quads with 138 kills. Now, the gameplay you're watching in the background, that's not Vikkstars and his mates, this is me playing a solo match where I get 8 kills. And you might be thinking, you think 138 kills? That's almost everybody in the lobby. It's 12 short of 150. It's 92% to be exact of the lobby. How on earth did they do this? Were all the other players just queuing up, waiting to be killed by them? Surely they couldn't get around the map fast enough to kill that many players. You know, what's going on? And you see these things and you think, that can't be right. There's something odd going on. Yeah, and then you think, well, even if they were reverse boosting or using fresh accounts, you know, because these are pros and semi-pro Call of Duty players, even if they were using fresh accounts, so they were playing new players, they still physically couldn't get to that many other players before they started killing each other. And of course the answer to that is, of course they can't. You know, all the other players, they're not queuing up waiting to be killed, because although Vikkstars and his mates got 138 kills, that's only because in Warzone you can be killed more than once. And what we tend to forget and what we don't realise is how many times you can be killed more than once. Let's think about this. You've got the chance of respawning back in the gulag, and then your squad mates can buy you back in. So in this game, and the link to it is in the description below the video, Vikkstars and his mates were killing the same players over and over and over again to get the record. You know, and they're using their full accounts. They're using their 155 level accounts. I'm pretty sure they're playing on PC, but they're all really good players, but they're using really good strategy, really good tactics, and taking advantage of the fact that although you get a maximum of 150 players in a lobby, the number of kills that can happen is much higher. So let's look at some of the math behind this, and first we're going to just estimate some of the respawn rates, and then we'll look at the actual respawn rate that happened in that particular game. So in this particular game, there was only 136 players in the lobby, so they actually got more kills than players were actually in the lobby. But again, that's because players can respawn back into the Warzone match multiple times. So let's say, so that game started with 136 players, so 136 potential kills. So let's take off 4 for Vikkstars' team, assuming that, you know, they all made it to the end in one piece. So that leaves 132 players left, so 132 kills that would have to happen for them to win. Okay, let's take 12 players off that, because let's say that there's still 3 teams alive at the end, you know when the gulag closes and you can't respawn again. So that means to get to that point there must have been 120 kills, 120 deaths. However, half of those people will win their gulag match. So that means you've got another 60 possible kills that could happen, and 60 players coming back into the match. So we've already got a potential of 180 kills in a game that need to happen before the match can end. 180 people need to die at least before the match can end. But now let's start thinking about players brought back into the game by their teammates at buy stations. So let's say half of them get brought back. So we've got 90 players back in the game. Now let's say that as the game progresses, a third of those players would then get brought back too when they die, meaning that you'd need 120 kills to get rid of all of them. So if we take that 120 kills needed to get rid of those and add it to the 180 kills from earlier on, we've got 300. Now we've got 12 left after the gulag closes, so you can see that throughout the match, you know, with a bit of estimating, the number of kills that need to happen for the match to end is 312. So all of a sudden you start thinking, well, that's quite a large number actually. Now, Vikkstars' team got 138, which would be 44%, which is a much more believable and understandable number than what we started off, which was 92%. Now, if you watch Vikkstars' video, it's a really good video because it's got the whole run, so I definitely recommend you watch it. Plus at the beginning he kind of explains a few things, and at the end as well. And what he does is actually the total number of the kills in the lobby was was 285. So Vikkstars and his guys, they actually got 48% of the total kills available, so almost half, which again, it's a really good result. It's amazing. That's why, it's a world record. But then again, when you realise that these guys are pro and semi-pro players playing against mostly casuals, it kind of becomes apparent how these world records are possible and even highly probable. And, if we ask the question, can we get higher? Well, with the right conditions, you definitely could get higher. If you had a situation where they deliberately didn't do squad wipes on as many teams as they could, so you're always leaving one guy left, that guy can then get some money and spawn his teammates in. But remember, his teammates are all going to be spawning in with just pistols. They're not going to have ghost, so they're going to be easy to kill. You can kind of see how you can almost farm the kills. But that's why I'd say definitely watch the video, because all of a sudden you think, okay, well, they may well have killed half of the lobby, which is an amazing feat, but that's much more believable and much more understandable than killing 92% of the lobby. So, as I say, watch the video because you can see their tactics, and their tactics revolve around dropping hot, and then they get enough money to get UAVs, and then they take out contracts, and they go hunting down players, hunting down teams, killing them all. That gives them more money to get more UAVs and use more contracts. And then what they do is, as well as they all pop a UAV at once. So they get the advanced UAV, so then they can see where the clusters of players are. So then they know to go to those places to maximise the kill counts. And remember, these guys, they're top tier players, but while they're doing this, they do get downed, they do get killed, they do get called in by their teammates, they do get rezzed, but they crack on with it, taking out contracts, popping UAVs, constantly pressuring their enemies. And you remember, these guys are full-time Call of Duty players or YouTubers or Twitchers, so they're trying to get these records over and over and over and over and over again, playing dozens of times a day. So they're pretty damn good at what they do. But it's very, very impressive. But hopefully this has kind of explained, when you do see those figures and go, what, 138 kills? That's almost the entire lobby. Yeah, it's almost the entire lobby, but it's not the entire number of kills available in the match. It's less than half. So there we go. So watch their video. It's really, really cool. It's a very, very impressive achievement, and it's a great lesson for any fan of Warzone. And I'll leave you with that. Anyway, thank you very much. If you found this video useful, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again soon.